This trader here is trading with $36 million with investors' capital. Welcome to the Darwinex ecosystem, where in the last video I talked about Darwinex Zero. Today we're going to look at Darwinex Classic. These are two different journeys you can take to achieve the same goal of trading with investor money and hopefully getting a piece of that $36 million pie. The main difference between these two is that Darwinex Zero has a monthly and initial startup cost, whereas Darwinex Classic, there is no cost at all. However, Darwinex Classic is not available to clients in the US, so if you are a US citizen, Darwinex Zero is your only option. These are the steps I took in my Darwinex Classic journey: create an account, link an old account, migrate the linked account to my new trading account, deposit money, start trading, and receive a Darwinex index. For those who don't have an old trading account for the Darwinex ecosystem, that's okay. You can jump straight from step 1 up to step 4 and skip steps 2 and 3. For step 1, I headed over to Darwinex.com and I'm opening a brand new Forex trading account. And the process is exactly the same as every other broker, where you hit open an account and you provide ID and you have your login credentials for MT4 or MT5. In step 2, if you have an old trading account that's doing pretty well, you can link it into the Darwinex Classic ecosystem. This is the page where you give them your MT4 username and investor password. And what this linking process, it will tell Darwinex to process all the history in your trading. And they will give you a Darwinex score, and you can see all the different metrics that they do to see how your trading compares with other people. Step 3 is to migrate the linked account to your new trading account. Now, this is not an automatic process. You need to shoot them an email and then they will kick off the migration process, and that generally happens over a few days over the weekend. This is what the linking process looks like. You can see this first half here up to the first gray line. That is my old account trading on a different broker, and I linked that account here. And then the migration process copied all my historical trades into the Darwinex ecosystem. And you see this flat period here. That's when I was waiting for the migration process. So now the migration process is complete. I can start trading, which is step 4 in the process. You need to make a deposit of money into your trading account that was created in step 1 and use whatever process you have. If you're a manual trader or a robot trader, continue trading without any rules. Darwinex Classic has no minimum trading days, no maximum drawdown. You can use the statistics as a guide. And here are the statistics for my own account. I have received a Darwinex number of 112. Everyone starts off with a 100 number. And as the returns on your account increases, the number here increases as well. So I am currently up 12%. That's why my number is 112.87. And this account has been turned into a Darwinex index. This happened about 3 days ago. My trading account has been turned into a Darwin, which is effectively an index that moves up and down as my trading progresses and makes profits or losses, so people can invest in my own Darwin. Back to my Darwin score, you can see it's fairly low at 36, even though this account is up 12% with a maximum drawdown of 4% because of two major factors: this experience and this capacity. A good Darwinex score is about 75, so I have a long way to go to hit that target. Experience is measured by D periods, and you need about 12 D periods to have a decent experience score. And each D period is not calculated based on time, it is calculated based on the number of trades you have. And my current experience is 1.3, even though this account is about 6 months old, because this EA doesn't trade that often. And in investable attributes under the EX for experience, we're looking for vertical lines. And I've got one vertical line here with a number 1. So it might take me a while for me to get a total of 12 vertical lines, considering that this EA does not trade a lot. The next two categories where I'm not doing too well is this R, and I know that for this specific strategy, my take profit is quite small and my stop loss is quite big, so it's not much I can do in terms of improving this R ratio. The next one is capacity. Capacity is a little bit complicated, but I'll try and translate it into my own words. So basically, an index is when you trade, you place a trade, and other people will be copying your trades. So there is a time interval called latency between your trade and the investor's trade. Under the section assets and time frame, you can see specifically all my trades broken down into the time of the day when they are trading. And you can see a lot of the times, most of it is during the quieter hours of the period, because it is a small scalping strategy that tries to take advantage of slow moving markets. This is not an issue for me personally as a trader. However, if I do have a large amount of investors copying my trades and there is latency during this low liquidity times, then potentially their entries will not be as good as mine. That's why I have a low capacity score. Aside from those two metrics, experience and capacity, the rest of the metrics seem pretty good. And if I scroll down, so this is my Darwinex score. When I first started, it was probably at 0, and currently as I make more and more trades, the Darwinex score is increasing. So maybe I'll give it a few more months, see if my score will improve from 35. There are so many different attributes. I honestly am not an expert in these, and I have no idea what half of them mean. Under investable attributes in the Darwinex score, there is a nice pretty little graph that gives you exactly what your trading looks like, and you can see most of it is looking okay. And as I mentioned before, my capacity and experience is not looking great. With time, my experience will get better. Capacity, it's not something that I can achieve with right now with my current expert advisor, but as I chop and change and find more expert advisors, potentially my capacity will increase. Another important aspect of the Darwinex system is the risk engine, which is there to protect investors from silly mistakes that traders might make. For example, I'm going to scroll down here. So let's say I have an account which looks like this. I make fantastic returns initially, but I have a massive drawdown later on because I am trading an aggressive system. The risk engine will protect investors. So instead of seeing this massive drop, the risk engine will lower the leverage so the investors don't lose as much. And you can see the returns on the Darwinex system, because of the protection provided by the risk engine, is much better than the trader's own account there where they made such a silly mistake. And the risk engine is pretty much explained in this page right here. The leverage for trades that last more than 60 minutes, which is almost all my trades, is a maximum of 9.75. So about 10 leverage that you can get for non-scalping strategies. And this is very important. With a maximum leverage of about 10, a lot of high-risk systems that are grid martingale systems are not really suitable for the Darwinex ecosystem. What we've seen so far is that an expert advisor that does not have grid, that does not have martingale, with a set take profit, a set stop loss, where the take profit is bigger than the stop loss, and you're trading during the more volatile times of the day, that's the ideal expert advisor that will suit the Darwinex system much better. Now that I have a Darwin index, I can participate in the DarwinIA, which is a monthly competition where they give out $10 million in a capital allocation to the top 150 traders. And the first trader here, you can see he was given $500,000 last month. And let's see where I am in this list. I am position 722 out of 4354, and I have a total of 0 money allocated to me. That's because my score is reasonably low at 35. And on the bell curve, I am about here, slightly below the majority of people. But if you look at the rating here, I am 83% better than the other participants. And it will take me 27.95 in order to hit the 150th position where I can start trading and get funding. My account is only 6 months old, and there are other traders there who have 8, 10, 11 years of experience, so their Darwinex scores are much better than mine. What I like about the Darwinex Classic is that it doesn't cost anything and there are actually no rules. You just trade, and if you trade well over the next few years, potentially I can build up my trading income through investor capital. And Did I say it doesn't cost anything? Unfortunately, Darwinex Classic is not available for clients in the US. So if you are in the US, check out this video right here where I talk about a Darwinex Zero. Thanks, and we'll see my progress. And next month, hopefully my Darwinex score would have improved from 35. Bye.